Let me get this going. I already set some stuff up. I already made a folder. Inside the folder, a setup text document, XML for that document when I grab it, which will be later on in a different video probably. And then the vehicle. Vehicle I'm using is Dodge Charger from Georgia Moon. Over here on modding forums, I'll put a link to this. This one will work just fine for new people wanting to create things. And then the librarian uses this one as well. And then the software you're gonna want to use is Zmodeler. It does cost monthly. It's like $7 or something a month. I don't know if that's after tax or whatever it is. Basically, what you want to do is create an account, download whatever version you want to do, 32, 64-bit, whatever your system will run, and then go from there. Create an account. I'm gonna log into my account. Just gonna pull up this information. Personally, I don't fill in any of the information because it's all optional. Basically, I do computer first, create a new computer, whatever one you're using, set up, those steps and everything. Look at it, set up an ID, description, stuff like that. And then license is where you have your license if you have one activated. I think it has like a free, period of license you can get, a couple days, 10. I don't know. It's been so long since I've had, a free license. So if it does let you do that, test with that. Say, if it doesn't, then you have to buy a license. You go down here, hit accept, pick country, and they'll go from there. Here's the pricings here, and then you can use whatever source of payment. If you're just starting out and everything, I'd definitely go with like a month one. Just learning it, because it looks easy. It is not easy. And go from there. If you do get the hang of it, pick whatever one you want. If you want to spend the for 2 years, then do that. I normally go with a 3-month one. But yeah, it's just because I'm on and off of using this software here and there. Alright, after setting all this up, your license, everything like that, you go to your computer, select your computer, and then platform ID, stuff like this, and then description, and then I always set a password. I don't know, I can never get to work without a password, even though it says it's optional. I can never get to work, so I just set a password, and it stores it, and it works. Let's jump over to Zmodeler now. So it's not gonna open like this. This is mine already set up, so it instantly opens like this. It's actually gonna open something like this before it even opens the software. It's gonna look at your license information and stuff like that, and want to restart. After you set it up, over here you want to go account setup. Put the login that you set up from the when you make your account name, and then the platform password if you set one. And then you want to hit apply, then OK, and then it should reset and do that. If not, you just gotta keep messing with the password or whatever it is and get all set up and link the key and stuff like that. But once you're in here and this is all ready to go, it's very, very easy to import things. So you go over here to open. You'll go to wherever you made the, put the vehicle wherever it is. Hit open. It's gonna open up like this. Most of the times it'll open up like this. Sometimes it'll open up with just 2 screens. Some vehicles will. It depends on the person who edited it and saved it. However they have their setup. So from this to this, you actually go to View, Layout, and Split. And then you go here. It'll split it. Normally I run mine like this. And then if you want to, you can use 3D, and then once you hit LO up here, then it'll pop the model, so you can see what you're looking at. Most times I use user or this other one. It just works better. But when you're using these two, you have to hold Alt down to move them. 3D, you just click and drag to move. These ones you have to hit Alt, because this one, or the user and the other one here, will let you actually move things around if you grab it without holding Alt to move the camera. So if you have anything selected, select your tool. You're on wireframe, you have the vehicle selected, you actually move it in here. All I can say is you gotta mess around with this software. You gotta, learn it one way or another. You can watch YouTube videos, or you can just jump into it and look through the buttons, see what they do. Some of these you won't use. Some of these, down the line you will use, like the ring stuff. That's for total, like the skeleton base, like clothing, stuff like that. Something you probably won't use on vehicles. Um, Most of these, move buttons you will use depending on what you do. Some of these you won't. And then like the reset world, stuff like that, definitely use. I will show this because sometimes I don't know how it loads in. It might be different, but you want to keep option or keep object and then both on that. At least that's how I have it set up. And then like mirroring as well. Just if you ever use the mirroring tab, just turn everything else off. I know some people don't use it. I use it. It's a little wonky at times. It'll flip textures and messes with stuff. But if there's stuff that you won't tell that it flips, you can use it. So that's why I use it up. Makes life easy. I'll hurry and do this, which somehow changed my thing to that, which I don't know what I've done wrong to do that. But yeah, we'll just leave it for right now because we'll have to restart it anyways. So if you select something on the vehicle, choose a property, see the poly counts, stuff like this. They have different options in here, rotation, stuff like that. Stuff you probably won't use on a full model because it's all set already. You don't really need to mess with it. You can check the UV maps like primary color, secondary color, stuff like that in here. Just different options, different things. Most things that you probably won't touch. Then you have the LODs. So L0 when you're up close. Farther you get, it goes down. Within GTA and auto does it when it's set up. So it's recommended to do the LODs. That's what I do. Makes it nicer, higher quality stuff. And then the collisions. This is you see vehicles that when you hit the bumper it doesn't have a collision. It's because they didn't put a collision on the bumper, stuff like that. Light bars, you can stand through them because it doesn't have a collision. You just have to add that. Something I will show. Other than that, most of the other ones are just like dirt mapping, stuff like that, so you can see how it's gonna map and everything like that. When you get to mapping stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's all for the basics of Zmodeler, how to set up, how to get a vehicle in, and, how to look at stuff. And so if there's any questions or anything, any hiccups, just put it in the comments. Try to make a video on stuff that I think should be important for new people to learn.